Have you ever heard the phrase, "a shower makes a healthy body"? Well, this saying is old, and many people grew up believing that taking a daily shower is essential, almost sacred. But does this truth apply to all stages of life? Especially after the age of 70, the body goes through profound changes, and some habits that seemed harmless can become real risks. In this video, we're going to talk about something that few people talk about, but that makes all the difference in the health and quality of life of the elderly, personal hygiene, and more specifically, why taking a daily bath can be a mistake. Yes, a mistake. At this stage of life, you will discover 5 common habits that, instead of helping, may be shortening your life or that of those you care for. And the most curious thing, many of these habits are repeated every day without question. If you are over 70 or care for someone who is over 70, this content is for you. And before continuing, check if you are already subscribe to this channel, that way you won't miss any valuable health and well-being tips. The body after 70, changes that require attention. Now that we know that certain habits may not be as harmless as they seem, it's important to understand why. Why can something as basic as taking a daily shower pose a risk? The answer lies in the natural changes that the body undergoes over the years. When you're 70 or older, your body doesn't function the same way it used to. Your skin, for example, goes through a significant change. It becomes thinner, loses elasticity, and its ability to retain moisture decreases dramatically. This means that anything that further strips your skin of its natural moisture, like hot water or harsh soaps, can cause real damage, cracks, irritation, and even infections. Another important point is thermal regulation. In young people, the body easily adjusts to changes in temperature. In older people, this mechanism becomes slower and less effective. A bath that is too hot or too cold can cause drops in blood pressure, dizziness, and even fainting. Small temperature variations that previously went unnoticed now require extra attention. In addition, physical balance also changes. Reflexes slow down, muscles lose strength, and coordination decreases. A wet floor, an incorrectly positioned rug, or even the simple act of getting out of the shower can greatly increase the risk of falls. One of the main causes of hospitalization among the elderly. Immunity also tends to weaken. The body's defense system no longer responds in the same way, which means that minor injuries can more easily turn into serious problems. This applies to scratches caused by rough sponges, scalp injuries caused by harsh shampoos, or even constant dryness of the skin due to excessive bathing. Another important detail that almost no one mentions: the recovery time of an elderly body is slower. If there is a fall, an allergic reaction, or even a skin infection, the following days or weeks can be filled with pain, reduced mobility, and a direct impact on quality of life. Therefore, it is essential to start rethinking your most routine habits. They should not be seen as simple everyday gestures, but rather as practices that require adaptation. What made sense at 30 may no longer make sense at 70. It is not about abandoning self-care, but about adapting it to the reality of your current body. And these changes don't have to be complicated. Small choices like changing your soap, changing your bath time, or using a softer towel can make a big difference. And the first step is knowledge. Knowing what's happening to your body is the way to take better care of it. With this understanding in mind, we can now move on to the 5 specific habits that deserve special attention. And we start with one that almost no one questions: the daily bath. Habit 1. Daily hot bath. Silent enemy of mature skin. As we have seen, the body after 70 requires more care, and no habit deserves as much attention as daily bathing. It is so present in our routine that it is rarely questioned. But here is a worrying fact: for elderly skin, daily bathing, especially with hot water, can be one of the biggest invisible aggressors. Skin, which is already naturally drier and more sensitive as we age, suffers even more when it is frequently exposed to hot water. This is because high temperature water removes the protective layer of natural oils, which is essential for maintaining hydration and defending against microorganisms. Over time, this habit can cause cracks, intense itching, flaking, and even infections. And it's not just your skin that suffers. Taking a hot shower every day can affect your circulation, cause drops in blood pressure, and cause feelings of weakness or dizziness. For those who already have some type of cardiovascular problem, this effect can be even more pronounced. Furthermore, the amount of time spent in the water and the use of products during bathing are often excessive. Many elderly people have the habit of washing their entire body with soap every day, including areas that do not require constant cleaning. This excessive hygiene, although well-intentioned, harms the natural balance of the skin's flora. opening the way for fungus, dermatitis, and chronic dryness. The feeling of being clean can be maintained even by bathing every other day, or by localized hygiene, focusing on essential areas such as armpits, feet, and intimate area. The important thing to remember is that the objective of bathing in old age is not to disinfect the body as if it were a dirty car, but rather to maintain the comfort and health of the skin without damaging it. Lukewarm, almost cold water, reducing the time spent in the water, avoiding rough sponges, and choosing neutral or moisturizing soaps can change everything. When you get out of the shower, apply a good quality body moisturizer while your skin is still damp to help restore the natural protection that has been removed. It is also important to pay attention to the bathroom environment. A closed space with excessive steam and heat can further aggravate the impact of hot water. Leaving a gap open for ventilation and preventing the room from becoming stuffy also contributes to well-being during and after bathing. In many cases, elderly people report skin discomfort such as itching or burning and end up seeking medication when the solution could be simply changing their bathing habits. That is why rethinking this routine is a fundamental step towards promoting health, safety, and a better quality of life. Repeat this mantra: hygiene is not synonymous with excess. Taking good care of your body means adapting to the current reality with kindness and intelligence. And if this information has been useful to you so far, please like the video. This helps the content reach more people and shows that this type of conversation is important and necessary. Habit 2. Harsh hygiene products, the poison hidden in the bottle. Once you understand that daily bathing can be harmful, it's time to take a closer look at the silent companions of this habit. Hygiene products, scented soaps, shampoos that promise to freshen your skin, aromatic exfoliants. They all occupy a prominent place on the shelves. But are they really designed with the skin of people over 70 in mind? The truth is that most of these products were developed for younger skin, which is naturally more resistant, oily, and less sensitive. What does this mean? Many of the ingredients in them, fragrances, dyes, alcohol, and even some preservatives, can be highly irritating to mature skin. Elderly skin has a more delicate pH and a weaker protective barrier. When it comes into frequent contact with aggressive substances, it suffers even more. It loses water, lipids, and in many cases it begins to show redness, itching, and even small lesions that take a long time to heal. Conventional shampoos also fall into this category. Many contain harsh sulfates, which completely strip the scalp of its natural oils. For those with thinner, more sensitive scalps, common in older age, this can cause flaking, irritation, and a constant feeling of dryness. Another common mistake is using the same soap for the entire body, including for intimate hygiene. This can unbalance the natural bacterial flora in these areas, facilitating urinary and vaginal infections, as well as constant irritation. The good news is that there are alternatives. Today, you can find soaps with a neutral or slightly acidic pH, specially developed for mature and sensitive skin. They clean without damaging the skin, respecting the skin's protective layer. The same goes for gentle shampoos without sulfates, parabens, or strong perfumes. Additionally, it is worth rethinking the use of spray deodorants or those with alcohol, which can further irritate the skin in the armpits. Cream, hypoallergenic, and aluminum-free options are preferable, especially for those with a history of allergies or skin sensitivity. Another key point is the use of moisturizers. They shouldn't just be scented or refreshing. They should contain effective ingredients to restore the skin barrier, such as urea, glycerin, ceramides, or almond oil. Ideally, they should be applied right after bathing, while the skin is still slightly damp to enhance absorption. Ultimately, a pretty bottle and a pleasant smell are not the most important criteria. What really matters is the safety and compatibility of the product with older skin. A simple change in the type of soap or shampoo can mean less itching, less discomfort, and more well-being in your daily life. Now that you know what to avoid in hygiene products, it's time to talk about another point that is often ignored: bath time. Let's understand why this can also be decisive for the health of seniors. Habit 3. Inappropriate bath times. The danger that few notice. We've already talked about how often you shower and what products you use. Now it's time to consider something that rarely gets any attention but can make all the difference: the time you shower. Many older adults maintain the same bathing routine they followed when they were younger. For some, it is their custom to bathe very early before sunrise. For others, bathing at night, close to bedtime, is almost a ritual. The problem is that these extreme times can pose serious risks for those over 70. Early in the morning, the room temperature is usually lower, especially during cold months. At this time, the elderly person's body, which already has more difficulty regulating its internal temperature, can suffer from thermal shock. This increases the risk of drops in blood pressure, dizziness, and intense chills, even on days that are not so cold. At night, the body naturally begins to slow down. The heart rate slows down, and the metabolism slows down. Taking a shower too late can make you feel extremely tired or unbalanced, especially if the water is too hot. In some cases, it can even affect the quality of your sleep instead of helping. Another factor is lighting. Taking showers in the dark with dim lighting or poorly lit environments increases the risk of slipping in accidents. This is even more dangerous when the bathroom does not have adaptations, such as grab bars or non-slip flooring. So what is the safest time of day? The answer may vary slightly, but in general, late morning or mid-afternoon are the best times. At these times, the body is more active, the ambient temperature is more stable and natural, daylight reduces risks. In addition to the time, it is important to create a safe and comfortable environment. Preparing the towel in advance, adjusting the water temperature carefully, and avoiding rushing during the bath are simple actions that make a difference. All of this contributes to a calmer and, above all, safer moment of hygiene. Your routine can and should be adapted. After all, self-care in old age needs to go hand in hand with respecting your body's limits. And now we want to hear from you. What time do you or the person you care for usually take a shower? Have you ever noticed any discomfort because of this? Leave your comment below, because sharing experiences also helps other people rethink their routines. Habit 4. Lack of bathroom adaptations. The risk of falling is real. By now, it is clear that bathing in old age involves much more than just hygiene. It involves choosing the right time, water temperature, products to use, but all of this is meaningless if the place where the bath takes place is not safe. And unfortunately, most bathrooms are not prepared for the needs of those over 70. The risks are silent but constant. A slippery floor, a loose rug, a step between the shower stall and the rest of the bathroom. All of these details, which often go unnoticed, drastically increase the risk of falls, which are today one of the main causes of hospitalization and loss of autonomy among the elderly. The truth is that a fall in the bathroom can have serious consequences. Fractures, hospitalizations, and even psychological impacts, such as fear of being alone or having to take a shower again. In many cases, a single accident is enough to completely change a person's routine. And what's even more concerning is that most of these falls happen during or right after a shower. The combination of wet floors, bare feet, wet bodies, and slower movements creates a high-risk scenario. If the person has mobility or balance issues, which are common with aging, the risk is even greater, but this can be avoided with simple and affordable measures. The first of these is the installation of grab bars, especially near the shower and toilet. They help maintain balance when getting in and out of the shower, as well as providing greater safety in moments of instability. Another effective solution is to use non-slip mats, both inside and outside the shower. They should be of good quality, firm on the floor, and made of material that does not come loose easily. It is worth remembering that shaggy mats, even if they are beautiful, can be a great danger. It is also important to assess the height of the shower and soap holder. Everything should be within easy reach to avoid the person having to stretch or bend down while showering, movements that can cause imbalance. If possible, consider using a bath stool, especially for those who feel weak or have a history of dizziness. Sitting down while bathing is a simple way to avoid falls, as well as making the moment more comfortable and relaxing. Another detail that makes a difference is the lighting in the bathroom. It should be strong, bright, and without dark areas. A lack of light hinders vision and increases risks, especially at night or in houses with small windows. Adapting the bathroom does not mean losing aesthetics or spending a fortune. It means transforming the space into a functional, welcoming, and safe environment where the elderly can maintain their autonomy with peace of mind. More than just a place for cleaning, the bathroom needs to be thought of as a place for caring for and preserving life. And it is with this mindset that we move on to the next point: how the simple act of scrubbing your body can become a serious problem when done incorrectly. Habit 5. Rubbing the body hard or with rough sponges. unnecessary aggression. Now that we've covered the structure of the bath environment, it's time to look at another often overlooked detail: how your body is washed. It may seem like a matter of personal preference, but the way your skin is rubbed while bathing can cause real damage, especially after age 70. Many people continue to use hard sponges, loofahs, or rough cloths, believing that scrubbing well is synonymous with cleanliness. This belief, however, does not take into account the fragility of elderly skin. As we age, the skin becomes thinner, less elastic, and less capable of regeneration. Scrubbing it hard or with abrasive materials can cause micro-injuries, redness, flaking, and even subtle bleeding. These injuries, even small ones, can open the way for infections, especially if they are not noticed right away. In addition, constant friction can aggravate existing skin problems such as dermatitis, eczema, or chronic itching. Another common and mistaken practice is the excessive use of bar soap directly on the skin, which, in addition to removing natural protection, often generates unnecessary friction. This all adds to the effect of hot water and aggressive products that we have already discussed, creating an even more harmful scenario. The good news is that it is not necessary to rub hard to ensure hygiene. Effective cleaning can be done with gentle movements, using a soft cloth or just your hands, combined with a neutral or moisturizing soap. Under these conditions, bathing continues to be effective, but it also becomes a moment of care rather than aggression. It is also worth remembering that not all of the body needs to be scrubbed daily. Some areas, such as the arms, legs, and back, can be cleaned less frequently and more gently, while others, such as the armpits, feet, and intimate area, deserve regular attention, but always with gentleness. Small changes make a big difference. By reducing friction and choosing suitable materials, you preserve the integrity of your skin, avoid discomfort, and directly contribute to your daily health. If this chapter helped you see bathing in a different light, please like the video. This way, we understand that this type of content has value and can continue to bring more practical tips for those who take care of themselves, nor want to take care of themselves, with more awareness. We have reached the end of this content with a clear message. Aging healthily does not mean doing more, but rather doing better. Each habit discussed here, the daily bath, the products used, the time chosen, the bathroom environment, and even the way you scrub your skin, carries with it the possibility of helping or harming. The body changes, and this is not a loss. It is simply a new phase that requires a more attentive, more gentle approach. The idea that the cleaner the skin, the better, needs to give way to the notion that true care is that which respects the limits of the body, and respecting does not mean giving up self-care. It means improving it. By adapting simple routines such as daily hygiene, seniors gain more than just physical protection. They gain comfort, safety, and often more autonomy. A lighter bath taken at the right time with the right products in an adapted environment can represent fewer risks and a better quality of life. It can mean fewer falls, less itching, less stress. And when we talk about longevity with quality, that's what we're talking about. Small choices made every day that together create a healthier, more stable, and more respectful daily life for those who have come this far with so much wisdom. If you've made it this far in the video, it's because you care about yourself or someone you care about. And that's the most important step. Here on the channel, our mission is precisely this: to bring reliable, practical, and accessible information to improve the lives of seniors and those who care for them with affection. So if this content made sense to you, subscribe to the channel right now. There are a lot of good things coming, and your presence here with us makes all the difference. Taking good care of yourself isn't complicated. It's just a matter of choice, and you've just taken an important step in that direction.